So I go down, I sit down, I look, and as I look, I see the security guy behind me in the photo looking at me like he wants to murder me.
Okay, I have a confession.
They're all gonna want to take showers afterwards.
Oh my God, what's gonna happen?
This is so sexy.
Oh my goodness.
I had a huge daddy fetish.
Bound to go wow wow.
We get into the venue about 45 minutes early, and I take a photo. So I was going to send it to Matt Rife because I had done a one-off comedy show for SiriusXM with Matt Rife virtually. We'd never met in person, but I was going to meet him that night at the show. They come to me and they're like, ma'am, you're not allowed on your phone. And I said, no problem at all. We watched the 2 opening acts. Nothing. Fine. Matt's out for maybe 5 minutes. And next thing you know, and I'm watching him on stage here. And the stage is in front of us here, but he's over on this side. Next thing you know, that same other face gets in my face and he's like, ma'am, you have to leave. You're on your phone. I'm like, I'm not on my phone. I'm looking at you. You don't want to make a scene, especially as a performer.
Right.
You're second row from the stage. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get up and get out. Tell my friends, just wait here. I'll be right back. Like, this could be nothing because I know I was doing nothing wrong. The whole thing was so bizarre because as I got out front, they're like, okay, you have to leave. And I'm like, well, for what? They're like, you were on your phone. I'm like, well, look, you can do one of 2 things. You can check the cameras, you can check the data on my phone. But as a customer and knowing what my friends spent on these tickets, like I have a right to ask you to do these things. And they're like, no, you don't. If you don't leave right now, we're going to arrest you for trespassing.
Whoa.
And now I know a lot of cops, so I wasn't worried about getting arrested. So I was like, well, you know what? If that's what it's going to take, then let's do that. So then the cops just were like, okay. They just spun me around, flipped me up against the wall, handcuffs. And I'm like, yeah, it cracked my Cartier watch, bent my bracelet. And now my friends are just still at the seat waiting for me to come back, thinking I'm coming back. And I'm in this lobby alone. And when you watch the video the New York Post put up, you can see one of the guys laughing in the camera as he walks away. Well, that's the guy that is connected with the girl in the business that hates me, that had me on the wanted list for every time I'd ever gone to Radio City and was waiting for me to. Normally, I tell all my friends, don't tell anyone where we're going. We post, because I live in that much fear since 2014 of girls with me in the business. I live in that much fear, and my friends know everything's in past tense. You can never say where we are. I can't use story like a normal person. I can't tag my location. And so when I watched that video, I was like, so now I'm being dragged out front. I'm like, you guys have to go get my friends. I'm not going to leave with these 2 men by myself. Now we're being dragged out front, and now I'm away from where the cameras are at Radio City. And I'm like, all right, to the cops, which I'd never seen these 2 rookies before. I said, you both have to turn on your body cams now because you've dragged me outside and you've taken me out of the view of the camera at Radio City, which I know. So now you got to put your body cams on. Now my friends have to come out here. So as soon as my friends came out, I'm like, all right, something's not right here. But what I need you all to do is start taking photos. Because obviously, if we're not going to see this show, we're going to create content. Let's see what happens next. So I look at the cops and I'm like, what's next? What is the next cause of action here? They're like, well, you know, they're one of 2 choices. Either an ambulance will show up or a police car will show up, and you'll either be taken downtown and be arrested, or you're going to be given a medical evaluation to see if you're, you're like a hold, like a psychiatric. And I was like, all right, you know what we're going to do? Let's just see who rolls up first. And I knew like the cops are not going to take this call. They're not going to take a call, but an ambulance is going to take this call. So the ambulance rolls up. So as the ambulance is starting to roll up, I look at my girlfriend. I'm like, this is your moment. This is your one shot. You need to shoot this footage right now. This is all we're going to have. Because I knew once I got in the ambulance, I was going to be let free. So I get in the ambulance and the woman is like, this is insane. I can't believe they're doing this to you. They have to let you go. And she's like, I can't take her in. I can't do paperwork on her. There's nothing wrong with her. You guys are just f***ing with her. I don't know why, but you have to let her go. So when they let me go, then I decide, okay, now it's time for me to do press, right? I'm going to reach out to TMZ. I'm going to make something of this, and I'm going to see if fake news is actually a real thing or if the world would actually research whether I got arrested or not, which the world did not. I went home that night, cracked open a bottle of wine, sent all this stuff to TMZ, deleted my social media for the next day so everyone could think I was sitting in jail because I was wondering if people were actually
She did. You leaned in hard. We thought it was real. We thought it was real. Yep. Oh my God.
Yep.
Hey, Sex Squad. Remember to spank that like button and subscribe on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/camminglife. And make sure to subscribe to Sex Tales wherever you listen to your favorite podcast.
Yes.